celebration at God's Love We Deliver Today. As of today, that charity has prepared and delivered 10 million meals. One of their greatest boosters, Joan Rivers, was on hand to prepare the landmark lunch. And even bigger, a check for $250,000 in honor of her win as the Celebrity Apprentice this year. God's Love prepares and delivers meals to people suffering with life-altering illnesses. And joining us now to tell us more about God's Love We Deliver, the organization and its work, is Blaine Trump. She is Vice Chair of the God's Love Board of Directors. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You delivered the 10 millionth meal today, and it was to a specific person, wasn't it?
We did. We delivered it today. We started in 1985 on a bicycle delivering one meal, never thinking that we would see this day.
From one to what, 3,300 meals a day you deliver now?
3,300 meals a day.
Well, tell me about the 10 millionth meal, though, before we get beyond that, because
okay.
that was a woman who has lymphoma.
Yes.
And you and Joan Rivers and several others show up at the door with a meal?
We did. We gave her a little heads up, but she's been on our program for 2 years, and it was a delicious meal of pork chops and soup and brownies. We have a baker, Chuck, and he makes the most famous brownies in the world. So it was great. She was overwhelmed by it, and as we were. And we had a little thing on the container that said 10 million meals. And she said, I don't know if I should eat this meal. Maybe I should just frame this. We said, no, eat it.
Sure, that is the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what made you decide to get involved personally in this charity?
Well, I received a letter from a gentleman in 1986. And I read the letter, and I hopped in a cab, and I climbed up the stairs of the West Park Presbyterian Church, and I said, food is life. And to think of someone living by themselves, at that time the AIDS pandemic was really hitting New York, and we all had friends that were dying from it, and no one to feed them. So that's, to me it was just we were the only organization that was doing that, and it was just wonderful.
I read today there is no waiting list. How do you manage that? And how does that work?
Well, it's always been our commitment that there's no charge and there's never a waiting list. And we really scramble, but we always get to you. If you call us and say you need a meal, we'll be there. And that's our commitment to the community. And we've been able to do this for a long time, and it's quite extraordinary.
And you do things for people on their birthday?
We make birthday cakes. And one of my favorite stories is we delivered to a man. He called us, and we delivered his birthday cake and his meal. And we have these Carmelite nuns that volunteer for us. They only speak French. And he called us up and he said that was the best meal. The cake was beautiful, but where'd you get those singing nuns? And we said they're volunteers. We have about 1,400 volunteers that come through our doors every month, and we couldn't survive without the community that really comes in to chop, cook in the kitchen, and deliver. It's been a real journey for a lot of people, and especially for New Yorkers. We started out as a little grassroots kitchen, and now we're down in Soho. When I started, we were sending out 33 meals a day, and I thought that was a lot, and now 3,300 meals a day. It's pretty powerful, and we started in 2001 delivering meals to people that were just too ill to cook or shop for themselves, whether you had cancer or other critical illnesses. So it's really, we've had great support from everyone in the community.
Well, it's just been a terrific charity, and it's marvelous to see it grow as it has, and to serve its 10 millionth meal. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks
for coming in.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
for the good work. The graduating